Social media. The ultimate love-hate relationship, right? If you're an artist like me or a creator trying to grow your audience online but finding yourself overwhelmed, burnt out, or even feeling that creative spark starting to fade, you are not alone. In this video, I'll be sharing my approach to growing on social media in a way that feels authentic, sustainable, and doesn't take over your life. My goal is to help you keep that creative passion alive. By the end of this video, you'll have some more relaxed, down-to-earth strategies for setting boundaries, building genuine connections, and sharing content that truly resonates with you. Hello, hi! Welcome back to another Whimsy Tales video. My name is Louis. I'm a professional illustrator originally from Indonesia with over 20 years of experience in the industry. Now I'm living a chill but productive life on Vancouver Island, Canada. And today, I'd like to chat with you about all this social media thing while coloring a page from a coloring book that I created. Let's pick this one because it's Halloween season. So yeah, I'll be sharing what's worked for me to grow both in social media and in my art without losing my mind. Oh, this one is good. Alright, let's do this one. Let's dive in. So, I've never taken social media growth too seriously. This YouTube channel, for example, is something I just started a couple of weeks ago. Yes, in 2024. And here's what I know for a fact. Having a massive following doesn't automatically make you a successful or thriving artist. To me, real success is about having a strong passion for what I do, a solid trade skill as an artist, and a small, engaged community that genuinely supports my work. As artists or creators, we know social media can definitely help us grow and connect. But it's so easy to get caught up in the numbers, the algorithm game, and the pressure to constantly post. And even with all that effort, a big follower doesn't necessarily equal success or even revenue. Okay, now before we continue on with this discussion, I would like to say a couple of things about this coloring page right here that I'm working on. As you can see, I literally colored everything a little bit like reddish orange, and that's intentional. Why? Because by doing this big wash technique, you're basically applying a base color that you can later build on top of, and it'll be much easier to build or create a cohesive color theme. Speaking of color theme, I intentionally picked a warmer color theme this time just because I thought, why don't we try something a little bit uncommon? Do something a little bit different. And it's also because I'm running out of green and blue inks on my marker set, so yeah. And yes, I'm being so messy here. I'm being expressive. I don't always color inside the lines at all times. And it's just the way I like to color, you know? It's more relaxing for me to color things this way because, you know, I don't have to concentrate. I don't have to be really careful, and I can just let my creativity do its thing, you know? Oh, and another coloring tip that I can share with you is to always start with the lighter color and then gradually apply layers of darker colors to build up the shading and the tone. This also applies if you're working with a colored pencil as well, or crayons. Recap. 1 big wash, single light color that will determine the color theme. and then I work my way up from there by gradually applying darker colors as I go. I colored things expressively, and I didn't really care about the blotches or the colors outside the lines or smooth blending, just because that's not the style that I was aiming for. So yeah, end of recap. Now let's continue our discussion about social media. Let's start with boundaries. Social media can be overwhelming. An endless stream of updates, notifications, and pressure to always be visible. I've felt that pressure, especially when I first started sharing my art online. I thought I had to be constantly active, and I quickly learned how exhausting that can be. Nowadays, I set specific times during the week when I engage with the social media, and I focus on creating content that feels genuine to me. On YouTube, for instance, I'm experimenting with posting longer, more relaxed art sessions where I take my time and share my process. Like this. I don't try to fit into a mold or follow strict posting schedules. I prefer to share in a way that feels natural and authentic to me. This approach allows me to maintain consistency without feeling weighed down by expectations. This laid-back approach may not resonate with creators who want to build their following fast, because they want to see the money pouring in. But hear me out. Taking a slower approach to grow your audience is usually more sustainable. Fast growth often means becoming a slave to the algorithm game and pushing out content you might not even enjoy. This would lead to burnout quickly. You feel pressured, you stop evolving as an artist, and eventually you will feel miserable. That's not good for your mental health. It's important to remember that starting and nurturing a community from scratch is never easy, and it's not supposed to be quick. Think of it as a marathon rather than a sprint. Don't expect your post to go viral within a few weeks or even months. That's why it's so important to treat social media as a supplementary outlet for growth, rather than make or break necessity. Now, when it comes to engagement, I've learned that it's not about numbers. It's about the quality of the connection that you make. I don't have a massive following, but the people who follow my work are incredibly supportive and engaged. On TikTok, for example, I've found that by participating in other creators' live sessions and genuinely supporting their content, I've built relationships that feel meaningful and reciprocal. It's always tempting to focus on algorithms and trends to grow quickly. And yes, in a best case scenario, you could go viral with one of your early posts, something that you truly enjoy creating and sharing. But this is rare. And even when it happens, it often leaves creators with questions like, should I double down and keep making similar content to grow my audience even more? Or is it okay if I post something different? Or I might lose followers by doing that. This kind of uncertainty can make you feel stuck, unsure of what to create next. That's why it's crucial to stay focused on what feels right for you. For me, it's not about fast growth. It's about creating content that resonates with me. I mean, what's the point of growing quickly if you're not enjoying the process? It's not sustainable and often leads to giving up when the passion isn't there. Instead, when you focus on being yourself, sharing what you love, and treating the process with ease, you attract like-minded people. These individuals become more than followers. They will become part of a tight-knit, supportive community. And yes, these are the people who will also become your customers, eventually, purchasing your coloring books, for instance, or other art products because they genuinely connect with your story and your art. Okay, let's have another break before we continue this heavy discussion. I would like to explain a little bit about how I use colored pencil usually to apply the finishing touches. As you can see here, the drawing is almost finished. So I usually use colored pencils to add or enhance the darker tones. I like using colored pencils over marker color because it gives me more flexibility and precision. I also like the texture that it creates. It has a certain artsy appeal, at least for me personally. And remember to always work your way up from the lightest color to darker ones. Try to build the colors gradually, slowly, layer by layer. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Experiment, have fun. Now, back to our discussion. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned so far is to always be myself. Social media can sometimes feel like a performance where we have to fit in a certain mold to stay relevant. But I believe that if we stay true to who we are, our audience will find us eventually. I've realized that authenticity is what truly resonates with people. When I started out, I felt the need to tailor my content to what I thought would get the most engagement. But I found that when I just share what I loved, like my cozy detailed coloring sessions for instance, like this, I attracted an audience who appreciated that authenticity. I also believe in sharing from the heart, based on my personal experiences. I'm not trying to be perfect, I'm just offering what I know and hoping it brings value. Part of being authentic also means engaging with the community and being open to feedback, whether they're bad or good. I encourage open dialogue, whether it's through comments on my social media posts or personal messages. And listening to what my audience enjoys allows me to refine my work and grow as an artist. Treating this whole process with too much seriousness or importance only brings stress, at least that's based on my personal experience. Instead, I choose to enjoy the journey and allow things to unfold naturally. By doing this, I've built a supportive audience who values my art for what it truly is. Embrace being yourself fully, and remember, this journey is about sharing what feels right to you, not what feels right to an algorithm. And when you do that, you find that your audience becomes a community of like-minded individuals who will support and uplift you. Okay, so as we wrap up this video, I want to leave you with this. Social media doesn't have to be overwhelming or stressful. It's possible to grow your audience while maintaining your well-being and creativity. By setting boundaries, focusing on authentic engagement, and staying true to who you are, you can create a community that supports both your art and your personal journey. I'm not here to tell you that it is the perfect formula for everyone, but these are the things that have worked for me, and I hope they can offer you some value to your own journey. I would love to hear your experiences. What's your approach to social media as a creator? Have you found ways to balance growth and well-being? Let's chat in the comments below and support each other's journeys. Alright, I'm almost done with the page. Usually at this phase, I'll be using acrylic markers or jelly roll pens just to add more highlight details on the page. Like you can see here, I'm having a little bit of trouble making the ghost a little bit transparent just because the acrylic markers aren't working as well as I thought they would be. But hey, everything turned out quite okay in the end. So I'm quite happy with that. And last tip, please use the white color sparingly. It's a very strong color. If you enjoyed this video and would like to connect beyond social media, I'd love to invite you to join my Whimsy Mail. It's a cozy little newsletter where we can chat more personally, and sometimes I will share some behind-the-screen updates. As a thank you, you'll receive 3 free coloring pages from my books, plus a welcome discount code for my shop. I'll put the link down below in the video description. No pressure, just a little extra way for us to stay connected. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel to enjoy more of my ramblings while doing some drawing or coloring. Until next time, friends, keep creating, stay cozy, and remember to bring a little whimsy into your day. Thanks for joining in, and I'll see you in the next video.